What are your expectations as far as your role at this point in your career, and what do you think you can bring to this team?
Just some stability. Off the bench, they obviously have centers and Rob and Al that have played big minutes, and Al obviously been in the league for 40 years now. So just like some stability, whatever they need. If Al needs a break, Rob needs a break. Sort of just utility. I didn't come here demanding a certain type of role. It's just to fill the gaps and to help this team win a championship.
Hey, Bobby Manning here. Welcome to the Auerbach Center. Garden Report Practice Report Edition. Celtics introducing Blake Griffin here today. We finally got to talk to him for a little back and forth about his role here in Boston, what brought him here, his health at this point, coming into the season 33 years old off a couple years with the Nets where his role got reduced quite a bit. His role changed drastically on those teams, becoming more of a center, and that's what Joe Mazzulla described his role, being on this team, a big body that can play both ends of the floor for this group. That's missing Robert Williams, that is still trying to get Luke Kornet back in the mix here. Saw him getting some shots up today. But for now, it looks like Griffin could be that bench center on this team. He said he's coming here looking to earn his role, and that was a situation in Brooklyn last year where he didn't have significant amount of minutes. He's going to have to get back to a place with this team where he can play consistently, show that he's part of the defensive system, the defensive identity that they're looking to build here. And he seems excited to compete, excited to be part of a team where I asked him about his teammates here and some of the early conversations he's had with them, and he's just the latest former Net to cast a little bit of shade, I felt like, on Brooklyn, talking about how this is a real mature team here in Boston. Not what I'm used to. Now, he's certainly been on Detroit and LA and some other teams throughout his career, but the last couple of years were on that Nets team where Goran Dragic was interviewed by a Slovenian outlet talking about how the Nets, it's a little too much about individual play, and you have Bruce Brown commenting about his contract negotiations there and just his whole time on the Nets now that he's out there on the Nuggets. So found that interesting. Of course, Griffin got to see this team up front for 4 games during that first round series. In fact, 8 games in the playoffs going back to that 2021 series. He was talking today about how it was a group that was banged up at that time, but you could tell they were on the rise, and now he comes here looking to get that first championship. Which is something a lot of veterans around the league want to do. And that's a feather in Boston's cap to be able to sign a guy like Griffin, who said he wasn't really invested in the free agent process. He was working on his body throughout the offseason out in LA training, and didn't seem to be a big rush to sign with the team into training camp, though he says he's ready to go. He'll try to play some preseason games before the regular season gets started. Celtics are back on Wednesday here in Boston against the Raptors. They'll head to Charlotte for Friday exhibition, and then next Friday they're off to Montreal for a Canadian showcase up there against the Raptors. And I think you'll at least see him in one of those final 3 preseason games here. What do you want to see? The shot, first of all. 26% from 3 last year. Asked him a bit about how his game's evolved and what his role is at this point in his career, and that's a big part of it. Less dunking, more shooting for him, passing, vision. A lot of the things we saw from the Celtics on Sunday are going to be big parts of his game as well. And you saw Mfiondu Kabengele working through some handoff actions and pick and rolls with Jaylen Brown here at practice today. Brown seems invested in Kabengele. You've got Kornet, of course, who was in line to start on this team a preseason game before his ankle injury. Then you have the mainstays like Horford and Grant. So Griffin knows he's coming in here to be part of the mix. He also complimented Robert Williams for being the anchor of this defense, the starter, the guy that they're going to rely on at that position. So Griffin seems to be well aware of what the situation is on this team, where he's at in his career, how he's going to be a complementary piece on this team. And we saw, of course, Malcolm Brogdon come in and do a great job with that in his debut with the Celtics here. So you can go check out Griffin's full introductory press conference here from Auerbach Center on CLNS Media's YouTube page. Celtics All Access for more coverage of the team throughout the week here. And, of course, brought to you by Com. Com.com/garden gets you 40% off. Premium subscription, sleep sounds, meditation, yoga, bedtime stories, and more. And then Athletic Greens, athleticgreens.com/garden, 5 free trial packs, and a year's supply of immune-boosting vitamin D. We all need that right now with fall, colder weather coming around. And they also get the powder, which is what everybody comes for. 75 vitamins, minerals, adaptogens, probiotics, and more. Go check that out. Go check out the great reviews and products they have. And we'll even throw in a phenomenal t-shirt if you try one of those orders. Just send us a message with your receipt. I'm Bobby Manning from Auerbach Center here in Boston. We'll see you back here for practice report tomorrow.